You think of some of the top prospects in the UFC right now? What are some of the names that come to your mind? Probably a Gene Silva, a Peyton Talbot, Kyle Barrio, all those guys that are making their way to the belt right now, Michael Morales, all those kind of guys that are already in the rankings, making their way to the belt right now, getting views and shit like that. Today, I'm going to be talking about all the dangers that I think are going to make their way into each division pretty soon. I mean, a lot of these guys are already near the top 15 and everything, but let's get right in this shit. First, about 125, at flyweight, I got Loner Kavanaugh. A lot of people know this guy, 9-0, good prospect, I think. So this one might not come as too much of a surprise as some of these other guys. He had a pretty nasty KO on the Contender Series, but then his next two fights went to decision, so probably not living up to the hype that he kind of, proclaimed. I think this kid is really talented. He's sitting right outside of the top 15 right now, and to be honest, one more fight, I think he's in the top 15. And I don't know if he'll be champion, but I mean, the record's really showing good. The names that he's beating really aren't the best names ever right now, but once he gets some tested competition, like some actual ranked guys, maybe top 15 or like right outside, then yeah, I would love to see how he does against that shit. Also, if you don't want to say there's Loner Kavanaugh at 125, I think Charles Johnson is just as valid as of a pick. I know 17-7 probably isn't the best looking record or whatever, especially for a prospect coming out, but look at the names that he's beat. Jake Hadley, good win. TKO'd my GOAT Joshua Van, gotta give it to him, that's a good fucking win. Decision to Sumar Dwarji, that's a good fucking win as well. I know this probably doesn't look too good for him or whatever, plus like that's gonna set him back, plus his age, he's like 34. Well, I think Loner Kavanaugh's sitting at a young 25, so that's also why I had Loner Kavanaugh at number 1. But yeah, so I think this is really interchangeable, whoever you want, up for opinion, man. Yo, and at 135, I got Begzat Almacan, 12-2. We just saw this guy fight. He just beat Brad Katona. I did pick him to beat Brad Katona. Look, his debut in the UFC was Umar Nurmagomedov. One, that's a hard fight. He dropped Umar like really early on or whatever, and took him to fucking decision. So that's not a bad L right there. And then look at the run that he was going on before this. Maybe not some of the best. I mean, when he was fighting an Octagon. Octagon's not a bad fucking promotion though. But anyways, no, look at this fat ass win streak. One other L by sub. He gets decision by Umar, which they were probably going to give that fight to Umar anyways. And then, yeah, beats a guy like Brad Katona. I know a lot of people are like, oh, how are you not putting Peyton Talbot at number 1 or whatever? Brother, like, or Raul Rojas Jr. This isn't like really a popularity contest. Plus, I think Peyton Talbot could probably outstrike this motherfucker. I just think Bagzat's a little more well-rounded. I would trust him against a lot more of the top 15 as of just right now. I mean, shit, give him 2 years. Peyton Talbot could probably do something, but yeah. I'm not really like gonna call him a number 2. I'm just saying if you don't want to do Begzat Almacan, I think Peyton Talbot is your next best choice. I'm not gonna say it's like Raul Rojas Jr. or Christian Rodriguez or anything like that, but yeah, I know that he obviously just got fraud checked by Ronnie Barcelos. Not the best look, obviously. Ronnie Barcelos has been around forever though, veteran of the fucking sport. Bro, this guy was on a prospect list at fucking on like 2016, 2017, something like that. Like Ronnie Barcelos has been around forever. He was a prospect at one time of his damn self. But before Ronnie Barcelos, let's look at the win streak that this guy was on, and some of the names are okay. Like some of these guys pretty much ignore. I'm sure that these guys are whatever. Look, KO, Flying Knee, and then KO again. Of course, the UFC wanted to pick him up, so then the Contender Series, he gets that decision. Fight Night, the rear naked choke, and then the Cameron Simon, this shit was crazy. Whenever he did the backflip to square, yeah, so this kid went fucking viral. Everybody expected him to do crazy, and then yeah, obviously they gave him Ronnie Barcelos, old man. They thought he was gonna be able to get past that, but donate to this motherfucker so we can get that wrestling up. Yo, and then on 145, I don't have like a 1 and 2 interchangeable pick. I just have Steve Garcia. I think Steve Garcia like is the definitive pick at 145. 17-5 might not look like the coldest record, but if you really look outside of the rankings, like there's really not anybody that really stands out, not anybody like undefeated, this kind of prospect coming in that's hot, all these knockouts. And Steve Garcia, if you look at his last five fights, I mean, Chase Hooper, that's a crazy name to have. That's the best name out of these last 5, but Chase Hooper fucking TKO'd, don't even know how to say this guy's name. TKO'd, another TKO, another fucking KO, and another KO. So I mean, he's on a 5-fight KO streak, and one of them is against Chase Hooper. It got an award for something, or it's got nominated for an award for something. So yeah, I just think this guy has the best resume, especially recently, of a lot of like the guys that outside of the 145 rankings right now. I just don't think a lot of the 145 ranking guys right now just, I don't know. There's, bro, 145. You got a couple guys in there. You got the Gene Silva. You got Diego Lopez. You got a few exciting guys, but you got Volk, obviously, still good personality. Besides that, who the fuck do you have? Lerone Murphy's boring. I like Arnold Allen. His fight style is cool, but he's fucking boring. Movsar Evloev is boring. Everybody outside of the rankings is boring, fight style wise and personality wise. So yeah, I don't know. 145 is kind of a dying fucking division. Yo, and at 155, this is another one of those where people are gonna be like, why don't you have Mauricio Rufy? Why don't you have the popular star at number 1? Why don't? And I get it. Mauricio Rufy is my number 2 pick, but my number 1 pick has got to be Nurullo Aliev. 10-0. If you come down here, the record's a little padded. I ain't gonna lie, the record's a little padded. Rafael Alves though, Josh Wick. I mean, okay. Joe Selecki. Okay, so these three wins. All right, I'll give it to you. And he was fighting in Eagle FC, so he's got that Habib push. He's coming out of that camp. So if he ever gets a close decision, you know that he's getting the decision. I do think he's also dangerous, though. I think his style is pretty good. Okay, yeah, and at number 2, I do got Mauricio Rufy because I do think that he is, like I said, all these the ones that I have like a 1 and 2 pick. It's not like a 1 and 2. It's literally like an interchangeable pick because like I really couldn't decide. Like a lot of them do have like 2 choices where you could kind of choose. A lot of, I don't know, but it's like outside of the 2 picks, like there wasn't really too many guys to choose. Don't get me wrong. But yeah, Mauricio Rufy, solid fucking pick. If you don't want to go with Nurullo Aliev, solid fucking pick. This King Green, bro, this was fucking nasty. The shit he was doing to Jamie Malarkey, he was literally just getting creative in there. TKO'd early on in the early days. That's the only reason I didn't have him as like my number 1 is because he did get a TKO loss. But besides that, he is like a really creative, dynamic fucking striker. I know a lot of people compare him to Conor McGregor. I don't really compare him to Conor, but I do think he's really creative. I do think he does a lot of weird, wacky shit, but it fucking works. And I think his striking is dynamic as fuck, and it's elite. Like, everything is thrown with precision, and it's thrown with good technique, like real good tech. I mean, you could hit a bag and hit pads and like look really good, but it's hard to implement like that kind of look in a fight. But he does that shit with style. That Bobby Green fucking wheel kick was actually thrown perfect. That's how you throw shit on a pad. Like, that's how it usually looks. So yeah, I don't know. You got to give it to him, bro. This could easily be the number 1 pick. Yo, and at 170, I think it's pretty easy as well. I got Renat for Kretinov. 24-2. I mean, how do you not fucking pick him? His only 2 losses are by decision. I didn't even know that he had these fucking grappling matches. I mean, Craig Jones, of course, not beating him. Douglas Lima, he beat Douglas Lima in a grappling. See, like that's impressive in its own right. Kevin Lee, he beat Brian Battle. He beat fucking Nicholas Dalby. That's a good win. Carlos Leal. That's a good fucking win. I mean, yeah, he's beating good fucking guys. And what does he beat? I mean, decision. I mean, all right. I mean, I don't know. But like, look, he's only lost by fucking decision twice. 11 KO, 7 submissions, 6 decisions. I mean, look, come on, dog. If you go back to like his early fights, the record's a little bit padded, but I mean, like a lot of these Russian dudes, like records are. Anyways, yeah, I do think Renat Furkaranov's making his way up the division. I think he's dangerous, got a good style. He's 33. He's not too old. He's not, too young either. He needs to make some shit happen. But I think he's very capable. I think I'm pretty high on this guy. But if you don't want to do Renat Furkaranov, then Jacoby Smith is definitely your guy. 10-0. I have Renat Furkaranov just because we've seen him more recently. I think he's closer to that top 15. I think he's dangerous as well, like I said. But 10-0, Jacoby Smith, he's just like a little bit kind of farther out. He's younger though, for sure, but he's a little bit farther away from that top 15. But I mean, look at this: 8 KO wins, 2 decisions. This is what I was looking at earlier. I mean, Preston Parsons, I'm not gonna say that's like a oh my god, but like that's a recognizable win. That's what I'll say. That's a recognizable win. Some of these other wins you would never fucking understand. And let me see. Okay, maybe the record's a little padded. Some of the guys aren't like 5 and 8. But yeah, that literally just goes to what I said. Like, there's a lot of guys fucking records that are padded, but to be honest, 9 and 20. Okay, this is actually astonishing. What the fuck? Anyways, I'm gonna stop looking before I fucking convince myself that this guy has a false record. But anyways, no, Jacoby Smith is doing good. Fucking hella KOs. And yeah, I do think he is a danger for the division. I think he's making his way up. I think he just has to get the right tests and the right fights. Just leave it up to his manager, and I think you'll see this guy. Fuck. This is way too many fighters to be predicting to touch a gold. But I do think that these guys are going to be around for a while. I do think you're going to see him in some good fights. I do think you're going to see him touch the top 15 at least. I think you're going to see him touch the top 15. So that's kind of what I mean for all these guys. I'm not predicting none of these guys to touch belts. Even at 185 at middleweight, I don't have 2 picks. I just have Azamat Bekayev. 20-3, you're not going to be like, oh, he's not like undefeated like some of these other prospects. But you come down here, bro. We just saw him win. He's actually on a bit of a fucking tear right now. The names I'm not going to say are like the best. Zach Reese is a good name, and Ryan Loder's a good name. Besides that, you're not really going to recognize anybody else. Yeah, if you look at the record, I mean, 1 submission loss, 2 decision losses. Besides that, 8 KO wins, 8 submission wins, fucking 4 decision wins. He's always chasing the finish. And his record's telling me that he's got a pretty full plate of a game. I mean, he's got the side edge, the main course, he's got whatever you need. He could even take you to decision, so I don't know. Yo, and at 205, I do have 2 picks. I think they're both pretty fucking valid, though. I think Navajo Sterling just has like one better name. That's why I have him above. But like I said, they're both interchangeable. They're both undefeated. They're both doing really fucking good right now. Yeah, Navajo Sterling, he beat Taco Tacos, and then he beat Ivan Urslan, and that's a bit better of a name than the other guy that I'll show you right now. He's beating him how he should. He should have honestly got Ivan Urslan out of there for sure, and like faster. So he didn't really style on him like he should have, but he did what he needed to do to get the W, so that's what matters, I guess. But yeah, 4 wins by knockout, 3 wins by decision, 7-0, beating Ivan Arslan and Taco Tacos. Maybe not the best name, but Ivan Arslan is a better name than the guy that I'm gonna show you right now. Yo, and if you don't want to do Navajo Sterling, Umar Sy is like right outside of the rankings right now, 11-0. I know some people are high on him, 29. He's also young. I literally think him and Navajo Sterling could be interchangeable. 4 wins. He does have the submission test and 3 decisions. But brother, just because you beat Taco Tacos as well, and then you beat Backwood Jung, that does not mean that I'm giving you the pass right up there, bro. And you got Alonzo Manyfield as your next test. You should be able to fucking flatline this motherfucker, to be honest. This is like a layup, to be honest. Yo, and finally at 265 heavyweight, I got Taliesin Teixeira fighting Derek Lewis, coming soon. 8-0 though, good little prospects. Some people are kind of giving us some fucking hate right now. I actually don't know why. They're saying that he's not tested or whatever. Probably just not the best look or whatever. You're beating some of these other guys like Julio. What is this? 4-16. Like, so these are your wins. I know it's probably not looking the best. You're getting the KO on Contender Series though, and then you're getting the KO over Justin Tafa. So I mean, it's alright. Justin Tafa is really not who we thought he was anymore. Plus, like, Duplessis versus Strickland 2. I guess that wasn't that long ago, huh? Yo, but Derek Lewis is going to be a good test. This is going to be a hard hitter versus hard hitter. This is going to be like Thanos versus Galactus in the fucking octagon. This is actually going to be kind of some crazy shit. 7 KOs, 1 submission, no decisions. This motherfucker's never seen a judge's scorecard. So that shit's really impressive. Yo, but if you don't want to do Taliesin Teixeira, I got Mario Pinto. This guy is way outside of the rankings. Like, Taliesin Teixeira is at least kind of close to that 15. Mario Pinto is like way out there. But he did look fucking impressive. Against Austin Lane, he looked really good. And then this guy, he looked really good. So I think he's got some potential. I'll give you that much. But he's just way down there. But also, I do think his problem is that he's a little undersized. But if you see this, he's weighing in at, what was his last weigh-in? 246. He's a little small. I ain't gonna lie. He's a little small. So that might be a problem for him. But his age is... Maybe he'll grow with some age, obviously. This guy's only a couple years older than I am. So yeah, it looks good. But I do think Taliesin Teixeira is a little bit closer to that top 15 than this guy is. But I would put money on this guy that he would touch the top 15. It's all bums up there, bro. This guy was looking good. It's all fucking blobs and bums. This guy's ripped, but he's just a little undersized. As long as he doesn't get on bottom, then I think this guy should be fine. As long as he keeps knocking motherfuckers the fuck out, then I don't see no problem with him. Yo, anyways, that's all I got. Hope you guys did enjoy this shit, man. Yeah, that's who I think is the best and the most dangerous guys, like right outside of the top 15, or maybe, a little bit further, but I do think they will touch the top 15. Maybe not a belt, but let me know if you guys agree, man. Let me know who you guys would have picked. Besides that, man, I'll see you guys in the next one, bro. Peace.